The television presidency, 1945 to 2008. The television presidency, MTK. As the Super Bowl ad for the Macintosh reminded us, it was 1984. And the United States was described by most as being a free society, totally unlike the one in Orwell's novel. That image of totalitarian fascism that produced false flags and created an enslaved society, the image of all that was projected by the U.S. president onto the Soviet Union, a country he called the Evil Empire. It was a term taken directly from popular movies and wielded by a movie actor, and through the ubiquity of the medium of television, it became successful political propaganda. The television presidency, born when Truman told the world the U.S. had used the A-bomb, instantly made the office of the President of the United States different from every presidency before TV. And television dominated until the internet and the digital age, a period of, say, 12 presidents. In his most important moment on TV, President General Eisenhower warned against the military-industrial complex, and it went unheeded. Perhaps it would have worked in color, 1080 HD on YouTube, we'll never know. The relationship between color television and the presidency began with Kennedy's handsomeness. You can look up the debates with Nixon. And typically of all things videoed, it was taken to the other extreme, and the visual abuse of his savage assassination and that of his brother. TV then exposed LBJ, Nixon, and Kissinger's dirty wars, and the ugly side of the USA: repression, corruption, racism. TV was the king of the failure that was the Vietnam War. Predictably, it was Ronald Reagan, an actor, who synthesized the power of the small screen for political propaganda. He overcame the tool's power to reveal, and its potency withered with the mic in his hands. He overcame that capacity that video has to reveal a being or things, and birthed kind of what we're in, I think, politically a lot. Many people fought against this and lost as TV smothered President Carter and buoyed Reagan to a full 8-year script, the Hollywood movie, The Brilliant New Dawn at the front, and the cowboy riding into the sunset at the end. Reagan and TV media convinced most Americans, and artificially it lasts to this day. The artifice is unbelievable to any of us who were alive then. To listen to young people describe it, the way they programmed it is, they convinced most Americans that people in Russia lived in a dreary, dark, black and white reality, trudging when they walked, standing in interminable lines as black-booted officers of the Kremlin marched past with truncheons to beat them if they acted out. The picture was so unilaterally all there and nothing here. And Reagan promoted our freedom to shop and to drive, shopping, right, and to drive. And he declared the vast empty spaces of our plains devoid of the genocided natives and the buffalo to be ours to tame. Trained and experienced for 50 years in delivering lines written by others, Reagan used the words freedom, liberty, and greatest country in the world on TV a lot. It was the first time that manipulation was really being played, and it worked. But Reagan's New Dawn should be revised by historians to be revealed for what it was as well. During Reagan's terms, millions were jailed for victimless crimes. Millions. Millions of other unfortunates, unable to care for themselves, were cast out of care centers and into the streets. Hundreds of thousands suffered because the president refused to utter the word AIDS during the dawn of the crisis on TV or anywhere else. Secret wars were conducted that tortured, raped, and murdered tens of thousands of civilians. including women and children, in Central America, in West Asia, in Africa. Trickle-down economics and Reagan's massive military budgets set us on a path from which we have yet to fully recover. It has bloomed into what we're in, and the problems are now evident.